What's going on, guys? I'm your old mate, Dr. Cuts. This is Encyclopedia A, and you're watching Just the Tippin'. And today we've got an awesome guest in studio, Mr. Dwight McOrsum, and he's the owner, creator, skidder of Skid Life.
Correct.
Thanks for coming over, bro.
Thank you very much for having me, boys. Appreciate it.
That's sweet. Come over from TA today.
Yes. Yeah, Te Awamutu, beautiful town. Very foggy. I must say the weather in the bay, much better.
Oh,
much better.
Well, you don't have to tell us that.
Well, you're over for the afternoon, aren't you?
Yeah, over for the afternoon. Wife and daughters, we're going to go for a walk around the mountain. Taking the local scenes, probably have an ice cream.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for that. So, mate, tell us about Skid Life. Tell us about this ute.
Well, so Skid Life started as a road-going car. So I purchased it off one of my employees. It was his father's. Paid $400 for it. Its life prior to me owning it was driving from Hamilton to Tokoroa every day, and back.
Yeah.
So when I got my dirty little hands on it, I had 489,000 Ks on the clock. Original motor.
Yeah.
Original box. Original everything. S model, so it had the fancy, crappy LSD in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Automatic, manual.
Automatic 4L60, not the E, so I had the better of the shitty boxes.
Okay.
And yeah, so from there we just, the passion for burnouts came about watching NZBC Year 1 and my friends that were competing, and we thought, hey, we could probably do this. So I had a motorbike at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'd been that, and I was riding a bit recklessly, and I've been a father of 2 young kids. They kind of want to see me around, so we parted ways. Parted ways with the bike and put the money into a tow vehicle and Skid Life. So
So you bought the ute specifically for a skid ute?
I brought it specifically for burnouts and to compete in NZBC Series 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I brought it,
$400.
$400. When I brought it, the ute was in Brendan's shed with the backup and the engine sitting on the ground.
Yes.
So we had to put the motor back in it.
Yeah. So what have you done to the motor?
That motor lasted 1 minute and 23 seconds on the Huntley burnout pad, and those of you that have ever used a Holden LSD know that they don't lock, and so that first hit out was a really good learning experience. The motor just died, didn't know why, got it home, took it out, pulled the starter motor off, and
400,000 K, mate,
probably had some,
Had a look inside, number 2 and number 3 from outside of the block, and found that the rods had parted ways with one another.
Yes.
So we sent that to the bin and went and sourced a motor from a couple up in West Auckland, out of a VP, and that's the motor that's still in it now.
Right, so it's still a reasonably old engine still.
Yeah, still, I think 160,000 Ks.
That's okay though, isn't it? That's all right. Might be old, but that's not a lot of Ks.
No, that's right. So we just jammed that in, and you just started. This is one of the things that I really like about burnouts is you get to be creative. Yes. There's no rules. The rules are the box that you want to put yourself into.
Yeah, of course.
And so, I'm quite lucky. I've had a lot of support from people and friends over the journey to sort of develop my thinking and ideas, and take them out of the head and put them into practicality.
Well, once the viewers, if they don't know that you already see some pictures, they'll. Oh,
it's coming on the TV right now.
A description of exactly how you were saying.
Yeah. So we've stuck with the V6, 3.8 Series 2 Buick. It's been really reliable for us and what it is that we're trying to achieve with the budget that we've got.
And it's obviously not naturally aspirated.
No, not anymore. We did Series 2 of NZBC naturally aspirated. And then when that wound up, we continued to compete with the engine naturally aspirated, but I suppose went to Rapinats one year and decided, we probably need to go another direction. I was very fortunate. My mate Kevin Redshaw, he gave me the turbos, so they were brand new, still in their plastic bags, still with receipts. Kevin had brought them for a project and decided he was going to go a different way, and said,
"Oh, how good!
Yeah, here's two brand new.
Something with them.
Yeah, here's two brand new turbos." And so,
good on you, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's a good dude.
Do you want to be my mate too?
So I guess the decision was made.
Yeah,
and so that's the avenue that we went down. Yep.
So did you do any mods to the engine after putting the turbos on?
Yep, so we modified the first engine by seizing the oil pump on the dyno. That ran all the bearings, so we pulled that out. We pulled that out and tried again. So it's got a stock bottom end, stock pistons, new rings, ACL race bearings throughout. The cam's been ground to a Mike Wilson spec, so Mike does all the tuning for the Shercliffes.
Right.
Shout out to the Shercliffes.
Yeah, shout out to the Shercliffes. We've got Ryan in here next weekend.
So got a cam ground rather than a new cam. LS2 lifters, 150 pound valve springs. Standard head gaskets. I would like some MLS head gaskets. But yeah, ARP studs top to bottom. Obviously the intake manifold's custom, and that was built by my friend Stephen Sherborne. So that's a tunnel rammed. It's a homemade tunnel ram running 3 Nissan 300 ZX throttle bodies, so 50 mil throttle bodies, into a custom plenum, and then feeds into the turbos. So
how good?
Yeah,
with the
wicked.
The weapon-looking thing.
Yeah, pretty Frankenstein name.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that's where the appeal, or a ton of the appeal.
Yeah,
I mean, big different.
100%.
We had a conversation that you'll probably will touch on when you explain maybe the continuing through to the drivetrain and everything. But yeah,
well, so let's go there. You got that same box in there or what?
The what, sorry?
It's got that same 4L6.
No. So we ditched that. So we went to a 2-speed power glide, and I guess if you're into burnouts, which most of the lucky viewers are. Power glide, turbo 400, turbo 350 is kind of the place to play.
Yeah.
Opted for the power glide because it's just a bit lighter. Managed to pick that up from a dude in Waiuku for $660.
Oh, good work. Yeah.
That was the whole box. Took it to S&B Automatics and to Ko-Fi, and Scott rebuilt it for me. Being the power glide and the Buick, I had to get an adapter plate, which I got that from Tony Wiley down in Wellington.
Tony,
He's the best.
Where is he, the pest?
He's the pest. Yeah, the pest is the best. So
we got some stuff. We got some stuff from Tony in the prize draw tonight, actually.
Just received it.
Mr. Wiley.
Yeah. So Tony hooked me up with the adapter plate, which then meant I had to took the torque converter, factory torque converter up to Auckland, and I had to get that ballooned and made bigger so that it would all meet up and be happily married.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's a bit of effort, bro.
Yeah, well, I guess Kevin once said to me, most people build their cars from the front back.
Right.
And that's, I understand that's a bit of a mistake because things break. So I sort of tried to build my car from the back front to the best of my abilities.
Well, okay, then that leads us directly into the back end of your car, because is any of that in your Commodore?
Yeah, so it's so the drive shaft's the original drive shaft, just modified.
Oh, right, okay.
Guys at ATL in Hamilton did me a really good deal on that too, to be fair.
Yeah,
so that's modified with the right yokes and everything, the right length. It's standard 28 spline Holden diff or Gorner. No, Salisbury. Either one.
Bull Gorner?
It might be a Bull Gorner. Yeah, 28 spline. Bull Gorner. Yeah. But it's welded, and so I got the diff head I've had since I got rid of the LSD. I've had that diff head, and I got that from Adam Taylor, Adam McFreak Taylor, who's walked away from burnouts and he's into Speedway now. But I got that diff head from him for an absolute bargain, and it has never ever failed. And I've popped it in and out of a couple of housings now. It's been really good. So just a welded diff. Originally we had the back end was all standard, and then again, Steve and I were looking at the Ute one day and decided probably do something a little bit different. So I got the plasma cutter from work, and I thought, I'll rebuild this for some skids in a week, and that week turned into about 3 months. Here we are. So the back's all custom four link. Again, which I trialed stuff. So the original 4-link was made up of VN and Subaru bars that were extended with bits of galv pipe. Very agricultural.
We like agriculture around here.
Yeah, went to the Rapinats, worked out not too bad. Got home, had a bit of a better look, and everything was bent and twisted. Nice. So the theory worked. But the practicality of what we'd done was probably a little bit undercooked. So went to the next level and got in touch with our mates at Cardles and got some rose joints and some tube, and away we go.
Good work.
Yeah, I really like the fab on it. It's very, very good job.
So you've had it dynoed?
Yeah, it's been dynoed. So another big shout out to Gavin from High Performance Rotaries, who does a lot of work for people with cars, motorsport enthusiasts, and the burnout scenes, HPR. So Gav's dyno tuned it. on a, we had a conversation about what it was that I was looking for. Power's nice, reliability's affordable. So we've got a nice reliable tune at 350 at the wheels. So I'm assuming that's 400 at the fly. Does what it needs to do.
That's a reasonably respectable amount of power. What's your wheel tyre combo you're running?
So at the moment we're just a 308 diff, and then I chop and change between 15-inch and 14-inch tyres depending on the pad. 185, 195. Probably at the moment look at it just playing with tyre pressures. There's some feedback around smoke that I've had. So started originally running like 50 or 60 pound, which is cool. In the NA car I had to.
Big bang.
Yeah, big bang. And in the NA car just didn't have the horsepower. But now that we've got a bit more to play with, I'll probably look at dropping down to 30, 35.
Right.
Just to try and get that tyre to sort of fatten out. So we're going to go for that initial spin. We start to get the volume, build the volume, and keep the volume.
Right.
So, with that real high pressure, as soon as it's getting hot and everything, it's more so the pressure's trying to blow the rubber out. You want it more to just be able to spin and create the smoke off that tyre.
And just that that contact patch between the tyre being high pressure and round. And a bit low. So, we'll try. See what happens. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then we just change the diff gears to 2.7s and put in a custom shortened fabricated diff. Right. And go for the sucked in bit. Go for the sucked in back lot.
Yeah. I'm down with that. That tickles mine fancy. I wish I could do that to mine, but if anybody knows fucking B-Series Falcons, you can't do anything
and
with
the RC. When you did the tune on that, that's just on 98?
98 pump gas. Yeah, 98 pump gas with water methanol injection, but that only kicks in when it's under load. So as soon as the turbo stops spooling, that turns off. And that's just to help keep inlet temperatures cold.
What's a ECU?
Mega squirt.
Oh!
Up the mega squirt. So,
up the mega squirts.
Scored that off Jason Clifton. He was running that in one of his SR coupes, I think.
Right, yes.
Back in the day. And so originally had it tuned.
Shout out Jason Clifton too, by the way, in Waikato there.
Originally had it tuned by Jared from the tuning studio, who was based out of Tauranga. He moved, and so
he's down south now.
He's down south in Nelson doing his thing down there. But nothing wrong with ECU. It's it was affordable for me at the time, and it's been tuned and it works real good.
Job.
So how many you wear? Do you know how many sets you've done in SKDLFE yet?
Oh, nah, not as many as I'd like to. Yeah, there's always room for more.
How do you get out? Like, you got any local sort of private pads? You get to Halpo or anything like that?
There's a few pads. I've been to a Halpo cowshed skids once, but I sort of always find out about them after the fact.
Right.
Or I'm in the middle of doing something to the ute. I do keep my ear to the ground. I travelled up to Whangarei a couple of months ago. I've still got the clay on my car from driving across the speedway track, but like I said in my personal post and that, if places are going to put events on and we don't support them, then we can't complain about.
I had my phone's going to let me down, but I had that queued up. I was going to do it as a woman, bang it out. Exactly what. But you've already just touched on it. But I read that. He's saying these events doesn't matter how big they are. If we're not going to make the effort to get to them, they're not going to grow.
That's right, 100%. Yeah, 100%. We want to get to some top north ones and
Pickawai up there. They have a regular New Year's event. You can do the camping and stuff it. Just ties. I'd like to do that one year. Where it just ties in you on the piss, doing what we're doing. It's good. See the new year in. It looks wicked up there.
Yeah. It would be bloody awesome. It's a cool spot too. I think there needs to be more promotion of those pads. And it's a fair way away, but it's once you get there, it's not a big expense, is it? You can't motel it. You got to camp. So just get into it.
The locals at the Whangarei comp just couldn't have been more accommodating and more welcoming. Just a small local event, lots and lots of fun. The weather was fighting us the whole day, and everyone that turned up had a really good time. And they're just a small motorsport community trying to give locals an outlet to be productive rather than destructive. So
yeah. Well, there's a big opportunity, isn't there, up there to be destructive on those 100%, roads? You know, with all those cool roads and lack of police, whatever per capita. It's an easy place to be and do it. So access to something that makes it easy is good. And I think the that pad that Fijo is. The Rewa pad,
you were there.
I've been there. You've been to the Rewa pad. Yeah, it's
right.
Cool, man.
Yeah. And I think the whole fact that it's not a huge amount to hire that pad for a day means that it's affordable for half a dozen, 10 young fellas to just go and smash the shit out of their Falcons and Commos
that's it,
and not do it on the road.
Yeah, you go out there with the Fijos, what they did at Chrome, right? They turn up skid cars on one trailer. And the trailer of tires is on another car.
You come in a blooming
they come in a party and they just go hard all day.
And so that was, I believe, Terry's first time on another pad. But the amount they've had, the times they've had that pad, they've some of those fellas are getting some good experience. The younger, his son, Fijo's son, the mum, the dad, everybody, the girl, everybody is.
So what was that car? It was that blue Commodore
Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble. Yeah. That put on some good performances actually.
He had some. He had a couple of wall taps going. With the nuts going back up in the tipping, but it still just come back tough. It was. They would have smiles on their faces.
We all had smiles on our faces.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds gross. Yeah.
So let's go to Chrome, Bo.
Yeah, man.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I really enjoyed. This is my first time going to Chrome, so I did a lot of talking to mates. Paul Henry about his experience at Chrome, Meyer about his experience at Chrome. Obviously the Shercliffes, but this is my first time going, so I really enjoyed it. I think I have to give credit to Azar and his team, their communication.
Shout out Az, all your team.
Their communication for those that had entered the burnout events. I'm going to speak for myself, but. Where we needed to be, when we needed to be there, what was expected, what the rules were, all of that stuff was crystal clear. I knew before I turned up at 9:30 on Saturday morning exactly what the game plan was. There were no surprises.
As is one switched on mofo, dude, and he runs a good event, bro.
He said the pad was open at 11. It was open at 11. We rocked up. I didn't hear my music when I went and did my skid, but one of my guys from my work filmed it. And they played it, and that was really. First
time night.
The music was cool, man. That was so good. Really enjoyed that.
It was so cold.
It was fucking freezing. If you could do something about the heating, that'd be.
Well, we were always standing at one point when the shoots were going off. It was like a small second of heat.
Oh,
the wind was coming that way. It was just it was like, oh yeah.
Well, because I was going in Mr. Cunt and Fat's car, I was able to just not be too much of a tool and put my race suit on in the morning and have that over everything because it was pretty cold.
Yeah, it was freezing.
It was freezing, but it was amazing. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It was so cool. And what do you think of the top skids?
Oh, look, I was talking to Brent Kenny and man, who wants to be a judge? It was tight. There was some amazing driving. All day there were some awesome skids, and seeing Leon speechless up there receiving his prize, and then
he wasn't even at prize giving because he obviously didn't think it. You know what I mean? That's pretty humble, man.
Yeah, and talking to Leon throughout the day, he genuinely gets really packs himself before he goes out on there, and I think it's hard for people to sort of fathom that, you're just doing a burnout, but it's
you're not to it.
You're doing a burnout in front of
footage, there's a lot going on. Man.
So look, the two guys that walked away with the prizes well and truly deserved them. They both turned up, super stoked to see Horn get the fire issue sorted. As much as we all love the big flames,
it's a DNF, isn't it?
DNF, and that sucks. That's the rules, and I'm all for the rules. But great to see that that was just chucking out flames for shits and giggles rather than a DNF.
I think everyone. Well, it's probably not. The crowd wasn't as big, obviously, but the daytime when Sambo blowing at the back of his blooming FD up. That was.
I missed it.
At night time, that would have been awesome, bro.
I missed it. I switched spots and I was freezing cold, and so I went to get myself a coffee and come back, and I'd missed it, and I see Sambo cruising down with the arse of the car just smoking away.
I got the good footage because I was standing, parallel with that barrier.
Yeah.
And when he come round, it was just yeah, boy.
We were lucky enough to get some good spots.
But yeah, like you say, for the competition stuff and that, the fires and the little taps, they're not so wanted by the judging.
No. And that was a good topic of conversation amongst the drivers throughout the day. I personally don't have a problem with it because the way in which I look at it, DNF for a wall tap, for not being able to drive off the pad or having a massive fire that's uncontrollable. The fire is a safety thing, and that's part of it. The wall tap is, I would just say to everybody, if we were skidding at Huntley and it was the same time of the year and you were to go off the edge of the pad, you wouldn't be getting back on the pad. You'd be stuck in the grass because it'd be so wet. So
I think the other thing, if it's like they're going to, obviously that's the rulings and that. I think from the driver's aspect, what they could start really, stipulating and highlighting would be, we'll play to those rules, but hey, come on, can we clean the pad up a little bit more? Yeah. Because that's the one thing I didn't notice for spectator wise, that just the build up there, like in the practice there, the guys were still like picking up stuff. Yeah. They just need to get that,
like
and stuff. And
bring your brush in. Bring your brush in, I think.
They had got pretty well set up for the drag strip with the machinery. Yeah. Like a little bobcat. It's just something that will just help take away, because then with those tip-ins and stuff, when your mindset is you know where you want to put the car, but then if this the surface ain't going to quite allow, then you're going to end up a foot longer than you expected. Then there's your little
and Haunt you set fire at a big pile of rubber that was just up against the wall.
Things like that. Things like that. Which is nothing away from the organisation side of it.
No, of course not. Absolutely not.
As we know, you're burning so much tyre, there's just so much of it.
As the rules change and the level progresses up, the things that happen to make the supporting stuff that happens on the background also needs to come along for the journey. And
absolutely. Yeah. And look, if that's our only criticism of the event, and it's only constructive criticism more than anything, then I think that's pretty good.
You can't like the crowd when you're up on that bank and stuff, which was just at night time. It was just I haven't seen like that for years myself. But when you're up there, you can't see the track conditions.
Well, the other thing we did note actually was possibly in the trailer where the prize winners in the prize giving having possibly some lighting on them, because you couldn't see it from up the bank, could you?
Yeah, a little bit more lighting would have been quite good. I think last year there was another lighting tower on the pad, because just from a driving perspective, it's the first time I've done a night skid, and I probably should have worn my glasses, but I didn't. So I had a bit of an issue just judging my depth perception between where is the bottom of the barrier, because I can see the tops, but where's the bottom of the barrier? Because it kicks out. Because I want to position my car as close as I can to it without hitting it. But you live, you learn.
Everything is different. Every environment, every pad, whether it's night, day, like it's just what it is.
Yeah, it just makes it more challenging for a driver. You've got to step up. You've got to, if it means having to put headlights back in your car so you can see, then you put headlights back in your car.
100%.
Yeah, big variances. Some who had no lights on, there was some with one light on.
I thought there'd be some struggling drivers in some of those conditions with the amount of smoke that was being produced and zero headlights. That would have been difficult.
Especially if you can produce, like those.
I honestly don't know. One day I'll go for a skid with one of those dudes with the big motors and the big huffers, but I take my hat off to them, because when you see the in-car footage of someone like Braden or Liz or Hayden or Leon,
it's pretty insane.
We have fog in the Waikato, but this is just a cloud of fog in front of your car, and you're not lifting, and you're just sending it, and you're committed, and you're putting on an epic show, and you're not hitting walls, and it's just awesome.
It's a massive thing, isn't it? It is not a small feat at all. So, what was I going to ask? I want to know what your first car was, mate. Well, your
first car was a 1980 VC Commodore.
Oh, yeah?
I brought it off my parents, but I didn't actually pay anything for it. I acquired it off my parents.
Six-cylinder 202?
Four-cylinder
Starfire.
Starfire 5-speed manual.
Sure.
Replaced the boot in it because it had rusted out. That was my first car. The second car was a 1987 2-litre inline 6 5-speed manual VL Commodore.
Oh, yeah, RB.
Yeah, RB. Yeah, single overhead cam.
Nice.
And then what did I have after that? I've had heaps of cars after that.
Yeah, you couldn't remember after that, really, did you?
Yeah, mainly Holdens. Like I've always sort of said to myself when I was a younger fella that I'd always own a Holden.
Yeah.
And through one way or another, I've managed to always have a Holden.
Obviously, watched a lot of Bathurst.
I've watched every Bathurst since I was 13 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
It's sense that.
Yeah. Massive Olive. I know people don't like the current V8 supercars, but I'm a fan because
it still is what it is, isn't it? You know,
the progression, of watching back those days with the women.
It's tight.
It's what they're doing now.
It's tight.
It's tight. Like it's cool.
It's tight racing.
That's cool. And it just the opportunities that it gives the Shane Van Gisbergens of the world, you know. If he wasn't doing that, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing now. And that alone just sort of, just puts Kiwis punch above their weight out on a global, Scott Dixon.
He's punching fucking hard, isn't he? Van Gisbergen and Dixon.
All of them, Hartley's like this. There's a number of them.
Awesome.
You see them as youngsters, their dad's putting them through go-karts.
Yeah.
And then,
that's the start, isn't it? Go-karts.
Yeah, go-karts.
Go-karts. Learn to go fast, easily, at a young age.
Yeah.
Because those things, they steal like go-karts.
That's right.
Right?
And most of them too, even if like with the Daredevil lifestyle, Ned Mike's one, the ones who go from like the motocross and that sort of thing, and then transfer, into the car stuff, and they do them, and that's just as good too.
They get sick of breaking bones. Yeah.
Strap yourself up, you get crashes. You're gonna get crashes, but your bone breakages come down a lot.
Yeah. You don't particularly want that. So we were cool enough or lucky enough to meet with Matt Rowlands.
Yes.
The judge, obviously,
sweet.
And he's the guy running the Second Judgment.
Yes.
Have you seen that on Facebook?
I have. Yep.
What do you reckon about the Second Judgment?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, from what I've seen so far.
It's good for competitive drivers,
Yeah, 100%.
If people want to be competitive and see where they stand up against others.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I know Hayden copped a bit of flack, Mr. Wilby, but as he said, to an earlier point, if you're not going to get out there and support the events, one, they're not going to happen. And two, if you don't get out and do it, then your chances of coming first or 10th, you've got to be in to win.
Exactly. And if you want to be competitive in it, you can be. And to see your standings in the entire country and based over, all the shows, all the different competitions, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day too, it doesn't matter what judge it is. It's like if you're going to go to take the time to get to an event, then if you're onto it enough, you find out what if it's competitive, you find out what the judging system is, and you drive to that.
Well, he did give some,
so for example, in America, Cletus at the moment, like they like a little bit, they'll withstand a little bit of wall tap, and then carrying on. Like that's actually they're incorporating that in their judging,
right?
But you move the barrier, then no, that you've gone too far, but wall tap and full little, like
I see something being talked about on the Facebook maybe last week about if after you've got your tyres off and you've got a little bit of a fire at the back of your car as you drive off, should you be DNF for that? You know what I mean? Like
tyres off, the rule in it. Tyres off,
and it's not really dangerous. I mean, if your car's a fucking inferno, but you drive off with a little bit of flame at the back, I don't think that should be a DNF.
Well, I don't think so. I think if you've got your tyres off, and as a result of getting your tyres off, you've caught some unburned rubber on fire. If you can still physically drive your car off the pad to the fire people that are waiting there.
That's right, because we've seen it a lot. You see it a lot.
Yeah.
The car's on fire, it drives off easily. No one's rushing and freaking
Sometimes
out.
the momentum actually even puts the fire out.
Some
areas
you can. Let's talk about, driving the fire out, where you continue doing your burnout and the flames go away. And I think even Hornu at Chrome, no fire, drove off the pad,
Yes.
And then there was just a little bit of rubber sitting on the back of the car that ignited from the heat of the exhaust.
Yes.
Now, he's off the pad, so it's was never going to be a DNF. But if that have happened beforehand, well, I think that's quite harsh.
That would be too harsh. Yeah, I agree. And I think that's what someone's looking at
too, is especially like in more the Aussie stuff, and that is your methanol.
Yeah,
methanol's a big way different. If you haven't got your tips right, and the flamage that comes out like that's. And again, built up rubber and stuff like that, it's just burning straight off the bat.
All massive clouds of methanol. We've seen that. Who did that? I still will be.
Yeah. Well, Fraser McRae from RHF and Matamata, he split his fuel tank one year down in Masterton, and that was on methanol.
Right.
Of course, it was on fire. But as he was driving out, no one around. Everyone couldn't see it. It wasn't until he stopped that the grass underneath caught on fire that everyone went, "Oh." I think he's on fire.
Just the methanol thing is a bit of a variance to when you get in heat. Like tire them and it
adds a way different element. I mean, it makes the engine cooler, but doesn't help a lot out the arse.
So, favorite event you've travelled to in this country, and to the point where the whole aspect, leaving home, the driving away, doing it and coming back home, that event.
Yeah, for us, it is and has always been the Rapinats.
Oh yes.
And the reason is my brother-in-law lives down there, so we've got a bit of an interest in going. We've been to every Rapinats since they started.
Oh wow!
So we went originally as a spectator, and now we go as competitors.
That's awesome.
Which it's really cool, and I guess we love the trip. It's a cool, there's some really cool cafes and stuff on the way down.
Yeah,
my kids have grown up driving down to Masterton. It's Easter time, so we've got to grow up with our nieces and nephews. So we sort of skid on the Saturday, family Easter egg hunts on the Sunday, so everybody sort of gets a little bit of everything out of the weekend. So and it's only 6.5 hours, man. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And what you 4 days, pretty much.
We normally
on Friday.
Yeah, we normally leave on the Friday. Yeah, leave on the Friday. Get down, get screwed in the head on the Friday evening, do the event, and then cruise home Sunday afternoon or Monday.
Yeah,
Kitty cameo.
That's mean for like that annual thing. Like kids probably like that almost better than Christmas sometimes.
Get the fuck out of it.
And it's a good event.
Oh yeah.
If over the years that they've been doing it, 6 years, so this year was year 6, the next year's year 7. It's just evolved and it's growing, and they've become way more professional.
Shout out to Brett Kenny.
Yeah, man.
Last year's Rapinats event was incredible. The lights at the end and the fireworks. Holy fuck, we didn't go. We were watching it on the telly box.
Yeah.
Wow, it was wicked.
We'll be there next year.
We'll certainly be there next year. And probably with a couple of cars too, actually, a couple of our own cars. So we're certainly looking forward to that. Have you been to any South Island events?
Yep. So when NZBC was running, we did the second season, so we did the whole season. So we went to Christchurch.
Right.
And that was cool. That's where I met Paul Henry, Mark Woodthorpe, the boys from Boltons.
Yes.
Because you go to the places where they are, right? And
yes.
It was a cool event, again.
And they would have been all the people appreciating the fact that you've come from where you are, someone new to meet, same interest, like.
And it was cool, cool road trip, cruising down the road, and you see, Darren Roberts chugging along in his truck with a limiter on the back, doing all of about 65 Ks with the wind up his bum, and, the kids are waving out to him, So originally my girls and I just drove down because my wife was working. So we drove down, and then Ange flew down and met us in Christchurch, and then we drove home via Masterton to catch up with the in-laws. So, we made a decent trip out of it. But
absolutely.
I'd love to go to Rev South. I really want to get down there. I really want to go to Cromwell. I was planning to go to Arnie's first low life in Kaikoura, but we nuked the motor on the dyno, so that didn't eventuate. But ideally would go next year to those events, but my girls are going to Hawaii for their cheerleading, so we'll support them in what they want to do. And
Fair enough.
2026, we'll see if we can get the rig together and get it down
good
there.
Work. Yeah, good work. 2026, I reckon you're going to find a massive change in the whole
some
thing.
Places you can, some new places.
Next year's going to go like fucking a little bit nutsy. By 2026, we're going to have some cool stuff happening, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think, I think we talked about it on the weekend, the skid scene in New Zealand is changing, and it's probably changing faster in the last 12 months than it has in the previous
Agreed.
3 or 4 years.
Agreed, yeah.
There's some dudes rolling out with some new cars.
Yeah.
They're on the start of their journey,
yeah.
and they're learning, what you can do in your car, what you can't do in your car.
Yes.
The ins and outs of tyre pressures and where to put weight in your car, have weight, not have weight, setups, gear ratios, suspension setups.
Rules if you want to go to different competitive events, the whole deal.
Steering even.
So it is, give it another couple of years and there's some cars cooking in some people's sheds.
Absolutely, 100% there is. And, I think that we're certainly going to see a lot of six-cylinder action.
Yeah.
100% going to see a lot of six-cylinder action, and I don't think anyone wants just the standard one done, or mang.
Yeah.
They're gonna spend a bit more effort on getting shit fucking tuned right, running right. You can have a reasonably competitive car with a six-cylinder.
Yep.
You don't even have to be force fed.
Oh, yeah.
And just go and have some fun, eh?
Got the dudes from Christchurch with the wheelbarrow Corolla.
Yes.
Yeah. That thing screamed its ass off all weekend last weekend.
Absolutely.
Just chucked out heaps of smoke, naturally aspirated.
Awesome. Did he take it? He took it up to Hampton Downs too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
So he would have probably
I did see that on that page.
I don't know if he would have got on the track or done some laps or whatever. But
no, I think he was just there for the burnouts. But Coleman Stoddard, that bag of dicks camo, Falcon down South on that thing's a performer, man.
Yeah,
performer, and he hasn't done too much to that. Bit of a flash tune, manualised the box. I know recently.
As we know, we've got Carlos's one here, and all the things we've been doing, mucking around with that since the time he's had it. With it's the
you can get them to perform by just changing some stuff.
Yeah,
that thing down there.
If it's a dedicated skid car, and they're still fuck all, you're picking up these cars for $1,000.
Yeah,
you're looking at probably cheaper in the South Island even, I would imagine.
I've heard from Mick Brash's mouth that he sees it as quite a thing where you're coming through that six-cylinder class, and then eventually getting to what you want to build big boy wise when it comes to it, but it's just like everything else, that progression thing.
That's it.
You got to have that class. It's just like mini stocks to super stocks, No trial jumps in a super stock straight away.
Go kart to Formula One.
Go kart to Formula 1, same thing. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, jump in a Formula One car and think you're going to fucking drive it not into a wall.
If you want to get an SR20 and you've got it in a blooming little car and you want to skid it, then you sure as hell got to sort yourself out to get that set up so you can get, the fun out of it to get your smoke going.
And Jason Clifton's got that and his little Mitsu that he's got with that.
So as you jump in a Buick or a Barra, you do a little bit of work and lock the diff, a few little things.
Yep.
Yes, you're producing smoke and sometimes pretty bloody well and
cheaply,
affordably.
Got to learn to steer that size vehicle and
instead of taking them out on the streets, these fuckers need to be in their workshops working on them on those Friday nights.
Yeah.
You can look on the internet how to modify your suspension yourself. It's not a road car.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to go through fucking cert, mate. Just do all sorts of shit.
Does have to go through scrutiny.
Does have to go through scrutiny, yes. So don't be too stupid. But the thing is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can re-drill your top mounts because it's fine. Yeah. So a lot of that, stop going out and fucking around with your stupid cars on intersections. Paying your inbound fees. And making us look like cons. Take the pass. But it's going to happen the more opportunities that we've got to do that. And we don't have anything in the Bay of Plenty really to
Hamilton's much the same. Like, there's a couple of private pads and that kicking around, but there isn't.
You've got way more naughtier fuckers over there than what there is pad, you're pretty well blooming renowned for being idiot fucks over those ways.
Yeah, I've been to the White Cat and done a lot of naughty stuff in my time, then come back here and
Giraffe Street's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Oh, fuck the old town, mate. So, what about your wife, mate? Does she get behind the wheel? She into it? Family? They skidders, or they just support you?
No, my youngest daughter Mackenzie said I'm not allowed to sell the SKDLFE because once I'll finish with it, she's going to take it down to Masterton and take her cousin Carter for a spin around the pad. So
good work.
Attitude.
Good work. Yeah.
And just being probably my co-pilot.
Yes.
She's happier on that side of the car.
Right.
She probably may one day get in. Not really her jam.
Yeah.
She's more about supporting me and my hobby.
Cool.
But yeah, she's a fantastic co-pilot because she'll tell me where to go.
Yes.
On the pad, as well as off the pad.
And off the pad.
She gets the hand going, and
right. Yeah.
She's already got a game plan in her head of what she wants us to achieve, and so once the tipping's over, she just kicks into co-pilot mode.
Right.
And left, right.
How good.
Hit that corner.
Yeah.
Donut. And so
you're concentrating on the driving. She's able to tell you that we've got to use all four corners. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. So you've done. That's fucking good.
And I suppose when you, as a driver, everyone's different, but me as a driver, I get on there and I've got a plan in my head, and as soon as I get on the pad,
just gone.
So actually having people sitting beside you that get it and understand what the judges are looking for and how to optimise this opportunity to best put ourselves, at the thick end of the wedge.
Yes.
That's really important. So yeah, she's a fantastic co-pilot.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you bottom out on the tip-in to Masterton?
No,
you're good.
Yeah, all good. Yeah. I wish they'd, put the Masterton tip-in on a side rather than the middle.
Right.
Like either left or right, so you could really just hit it with some pace and just, chuck it.
Yeah, right.
Centre hard. Yes, you can now, but, that's, I think, probably the one thing that Mary's got over Masterton is that tip-in is sided. So you know that if you go in and tip real hard and turn, that you've got plenty of space to swing, you're not going to hit anything.
So what is your favourite pad to get on in New Zealand?
I'd like to say Taupo, but I've never had the opportunity.
The old pad?
Yeah, the old pad. I missed the opportunity. Everyone that's skidding on it said it's the best pad in New Zealand.
It was pretty nasty.
Thanks TQ.
Yeah, thanks TQ. But for me, probably, to be fair, probably Mary. Just because it's got, I love Masterton, love the Rapinats, but just that tip in, as I'm getting more familiar with my vehicle and more confident in my ability, really starting to able to sort of make the most of that opportunity to really get that speed up and throw the vehicles in. And when you see someone like a Ryan Shercliffe or a Tainted or a Hornhill or a Grimm, come down there with their foot right up it and just give it a whole lot of left-hand lock and just send it, it's cool.
So, do you know what? I mean, I've not had any feedback on this, but I reckon that pad will get made bigger. I reckon that pad will get made someone that's spec.
I think the pad, Ricky Island would know, and all those that have been over there, but I think the pad itself is possibly bigger.
Yes, but they need a tip-in wider, but they also need an exit chute.
Yeah,
because that's quite spectacular. Yeah. Is the exit chute action and back, and I think that'll happen because, hey, we want to prep our drivers at that league.
Yes.
That are going over to someone else to be able, because they can,
Well, it's like I was saying with the...
You don't get a practice. You don't get a practice over there.
No, it's one or done.
It's like I was saying to you with just the bits of remnants of the tyre and stuff, like quality of pad, was I noticed when I was looking down on the where the truck side was, and I guarantee if I had a level, like that barricading kind of coming, it was just like, I know when cars have tapped it and it kind of goes outwards, but if you looked at the line right down where they start was, and then to where the exit was,
so it wasn't straight. Really,
kind of came that plastic kind of came in at least about a footish type,
right?
If they were for that level, sort of thing, perfect. You want it just like all bigger, but it definitely wasn't, fully straight, which I think down in the pad area gave a little, like I said, about a foot away, or so away of distance.
So we're yarning pretty good. I'm going to have to go to this section now.
Yes, that's
we're going to have to go to your roast.
Never going to stim it out with a couple more just mundane, boring questions after that, just to bring it back to
magic. I said to Fats, like I'm pretty nervous about this, but
yeah. No, do you know what? Jack's got. I mean, I just did it when you got here. And I haven't read the nasty one, but let's just get into it.
I have to apologise. We've got drifting playing on the TV currently.
No one cares. All right, so here we go. I gave him some information about you. All right, let's get into it. Dwight, mate, driving that VN Commodore Ute is like showing up to a drag race in your grandpa's slippers. You've strapped 2 turbos to that V6 like it's going to magically turn your car into a beast. But all you've done is create the automotive equivalent of a middle-aged man's midlife crisis.
That is probably pretty fair.
Yeah. It seems to be reasonably accurate.
We don't let them.
That front end looks like it's been pieced together from a scrapyard, and the only thing more confused than your turbo setup is the person who thought painting it blue would somehow make it look faster. Jack, that's harsh, bro. And Dwight McOrsum Motorsport, really? That sounds like the kind of name you'd find on a knockoff RC car. If this is your idea of being awesome, I'd hate to see what you consider embarrassing. Maybe next time, instead of spending all your money on those turbos, you can invest in some taste. Or, just buy a car that's meant to go fast instead of pretending this VNU can keep up with the big boys. Holy shit. So I said, lol, brilliant, now get real mean, please. So here comes Jack. All right, Dwight, strap in. This is going to sting. That VN Commodore Ute of yours looks like it was thrown together by someone who learned about cars from a YouTube comment section.
Fair bit of truth to that.
The twin turbo V6, that's like putting lipstick on a pig. Doesn't matter how much boost you throw at it, it's still a wheezy relic of the 90s. Just trying to keep up with today's machines. Oh, fuck, Jack. Your Ute looks like it spends more time in the shop than on the track. And when it does manage to drag itself out, it's only to lay down enough smoke to cover up how embarrassingly slow it is. It's almost as if you're trying to suffocate the crowd so they can't see how badly you're getting smoked by actual cars. Fuck. And he's not finished, bro. He's not finished. And don't even get me started on that front bumper. Did you lose a bet, or did you just give up halfway through and decide to roll with the scrapyard chic look? If that's the face of McOrsum Motorsport, you might want to consider rebranding to McOuch. One more. Next time, Dwight, instead of pretending your Ute is something special, just admit it's the automotive equivalent of a middle school science project that went wrong. Ambitious, sure, but ultimately a disaster no one wants to remember. Holy shit, that was rough, bro. What do you reckon?
To be fair,
Quite accurate.
If you don't know, YouTube.
Scarily accurate.
Yeah, 100%.
I've been meaning to ask Jack how much information he's got access to on the internet, it's quite. So, okay, so now that I've just completely humiliated you and destroyed your self-worth on the internet here, let's talk about mental health.
Let's. Yeah.
Men's mental health. We like to talk about it on the show, and you know that, bro. Have you got any experiences with it?
I guess, unfortunately, I have a lot of experience with it. So,
okay.
And I think, I was talking to my wife on the drive over today, and part of McOrsum Motorsport and Skid Life is, that's how, I guess that's part of my therapy. Is, getting out in the garage and being creative, like I say, taking the ideas, putting them into practice.
Yes.
I'm my own worst critic. But I'm a big believer in, if you think you can do it, give it a go, give it a try. So, I get massive anxiety.
Right.
I've had diagnosed with depression. I've had depression since I was 16.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, it's probably gotten worse.
Mm-hmm.
In my early 20s, I used to just drink to just deal with it, to be happy. And of course, that works for a period of time, as most people probably know, but it's not the answer. Yeah. So, I've done probably in the last 5 years for myself, I've spent a lot of time working with psychologists and therapists. Nice. Been vulnerable. Yeah. Asking lots of questions.
And telling people what's actually in your head.
That's it. And that's scary. When you walk into a room and you sit down with a stranger and they say, why are you here? And I'm here because if I'm not here, then I'm probably going to go to Bunnings and buy a rope and hang myself because I'm just really not in a good space. That's confronting to say out loud.
It's possibly it's more than likely confronting for people to hear too, but it needs to be heard more. More people need to hear it because there's more people that experience that than admit it. So
the thoughts and feelings of it, definitely.
Yeah, you know, like for me, going to bed every night and, you know, not wanting to wake up in the morning, you know, as an alternative to going to work the next day because, you know, I'm having a hard time. That's something that I've battled with for years. You know, but I'm lucky because I've put the work in, and that's the one thing I think that probably around mental health in particular. Mental health is brain health. It's like any health. It's like going to the gym. It's having a good diet. It's if you want to get the results, you've got to put the work in. You know, and it's uncomfortable and it's confronting.
Yes. Because you've got to look into yourself, don't you, and confront your demons and talk to those demons or about those demons to other people for help because you can't do it yourself.
That's it. And, you know, and I know people rag on the New Zealand health system and how rubbish it is. My experience has been really positive. I've been able to get the help that I need from the people that I need the help from.
Oh, that's good.
To keep myself functioning. But it's a journey. Right? It's not
going to happen overnight.
It's not a destination, you know, and you're only as strong today as the worst day you've had. So, you know, today's a good day. Tomorrow might be a little bit different. So you fall on your tools and you sort of pull yourself through it. So, but yeah, you know, medicated, you know, medications, you know, people take medication for heart disease. They take medication for arthritis. They take supplements because they read on a video or someone they follow on Instagram said that it was really good for them. I take medication for my mental health because
I do too, and I'll say that.
People every day take a blooming pill for a headache.
I think the stigma behind it needs to fuck off. And all those people going, oh, just take a walk in the forest and experience nature. You can go fuck yourselves because it's not actually like that, mate. Like genuine mental health isn't just being sad.
No.
It's way different to that. And as someone who's been through a fuck ton himself, the right medication just fucking just kept me alive.
And even that, you know, like, you know, for me, I've been bouncing off and on meds for a long time, and it's taken me a long time to find the ones that actually work.
Yes.
You know, and again, you've got to be vulnerable. You've got to go and talk to your doctor. You know, you've got to go and talk to your doctor and talk to your psychologist or whoever it is to help unlock the thing that's going to help you become the best version of yourself. It's not going to happen over. You know, unfortunately, it's not a magic pill that you take once and you fix forever.
No, that's right. When you take a pill and it stops some terribly bad stuff going on in your head or coming out of your mouth or actions that you may take, but you've still got to deal with the stuff.
That's it. You've
got to talk to somebody about it.
100%.
I mean,
oh, fuck, that's wicked, bro.
That's good.
We appreciate that.
It's very good touching on that. I think we pretty cool things there.
You got anything? You got any more questions? I know you have.
I do. Back to skidding, bro. If you could skid anyone else's car?
Oh,
anywhere? Anything? Doesn't have to be in this country. Just anything that doesn't have to be a competing car. Just something else that you'd like to smash a set on.
Like, I wouldn't mind skidding Liz Gracie's
Camaro 69.
Turana. Yeah, nice. So my first burnout competition was at Huntly, and Liz had the Turana, and it's always stuck in my mind. Right. Liz went out on the pad, she revved it up to get the crowd hyped. You know, no one did anything, so neither did she.
Oh.
You know, she just sat there and then gave it another rev, and then everybody went nuts, and then she just absolutely ripped shit, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I think that year, I remember talking to Elizabeth, I can't remember if it was that year or the year after she took the car to the Summer Nats.
That's cool.
Yeah, if I could pedal,
that's cool.
If I could jump in and have a stare of a car, it'd be the black Turana.
Wicked.
That's a cool car. Yeah.
That's cool. So what are your thoughts on Summer Nats?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool event. Yeah, I haven't been to it, no. It's on my bucket list of things to do. I'm sort of, you know, before COVID, I wanted to go to Aussie and go to the Red Centre Nats. I wanted to buy a car for $1,000 or hire something, drive to the Red Centre Nats, and people it's a long way more on your flight because It's about the journey.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
You know,
100%.
Get your entry ticket, drive the car there, be able to come and go through scrutiny and then just cruise around the whole weekend doing what they do.
Just you know, be part of it, and then I can go wherever I like. So
that's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I'd like to go and do all the Aussie nets. I really would, and I will get to the summer nets. I didn't win a ticket last weekend to get there, unfortunately. We'll get there.
There's more opportunities this year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Auto Fest, and I think there's more tickets than another
anyway.
club.
It'd be like, I've won the tickets to get in. Shall I take the Ute? And be like, actually, the girls are going to Hawaii
that's what
next year.
Said. Yeah, no, that wasn't
like, passing that one.
Who wants to buy these tickets?
Yeah, we're going to Auto Fest. We'll be at Auto Fest. That's our next comp. So looking forward to that.
Not going to hit up Winter Jam?
I will go to Winter Jam, but I've said to Paddy that, hey, look, I'm quite keen to help.
Right.
So I'm going to get myself a spot on the pad and help clean the pad and look after that stuff. But that's the other part of it that I like to.
Well, 100% of everything. No costs are taken out of the income from it. So they are footing 100% of the fucking bill. So every cent that comes in at Winter Jam is going to I Am Hope, and that's fucking cool, guys. Alan and Party, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was a shame that it got called off, but on the other side of it is a time where they can just promote you.
And they made the right call.
They 100% made the right call, absolutely. And they said there's something coming. There's going to be an Aussie driver there.
Yeah.
Surely there's going to be an Aussie driver there. Jake Myers is coming over for Auto Fest.
That'll be cool.
So I reckon there's going to be someone at Winter Jam too.
Yeah. Just sign you up on Commodore.
Yeah, I might repaint it. So. I might do something different for Auto Fest. Been rocking the blue BS steel.
Well, I mean, you heard what Jack told you about it.
Yeah, I need to do something with the lipstick, eh?
Yeah, mate. Go a bit red on it.
Favourite food, bro? What do you eat? What your wife tells you to eat, or
no? We do bargain box, so
bargain box.
Yeah, my food bag.
Oh yes, yeah.
Box turns up
on burgers, bro. Like
burgers,
cheeseburgers. Real simple, eh? Like beef patty, cheese, sauce, no salad.
Yep.
Mustard.
Yep.
Pickles. That's it.
Yeah. We got a lot of burgers. There's burgers
actually. Yeah.
Burgers, a big thing.
What are you up to?
Burgers and pizza.
Oh, Kat's been a fucking weirdo. Yes, she was.
Two.
Oh, burgers and
pizza. Yeah.
You had to choose though, you'd go burgers.
I'll go burgers.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes. 100%. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyone who reckons otherwise is
well, you can't call it a Hawaiian pizza if it doesn't have an Australian pineapple on it.
Yeah, with the name of a New Zealand form of payment.
Yeah.
Dole.
Yeah.
Burnout Masters game?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The girls don't play that. They play Roadblocks and stuff. I have had it on my phone before, but I found myself slipping into the trap of spending just way too much time on it. So I'm trying to curb some. We're doing a wellness challenge at my work at the moment. I'm trying to curb some of my behaviours. So when I get home from work at the moment, I take my phone into my room, I put it on my nightstand, plug it in and charge it, and I just leave it there. So when I'm out with my family, I'm
good
there.
Work. That's cool. That's cool.
Hard.
Yeah, I bet.
Because, everything, I work all day like most people, and then at night time, that's when I sort of check my social medias and I'm looking for pictures from Chrome from all the wonderful photographers that have taken sweet photos and stuff.
Course.
So, but at the same time, I want to see my kids. And I want to spend time with my wife.
Absolutely.
It's healthy. Yeah, it's more healthy because it's a trap.
Yeah.
It's a major trap, isn't it?
Oh, look, I go down the rabbit hole of small reels, forklift fails, and they just...
Do you know what? I love watching conspiracy stuff. These fucking people, the shit they believe, mate, is very entertaining.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
I try and get myself in a bit of a habit where I'm like, even how much we've been on our phones and stuff, trying to, doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I still try and think, I'll just put my phone down and just swimming.
Yeah, well, we're going into a new. It'll be announced by the time this gets out, but I'm going to stop. I need a bit of a break editing, so we're wrapped up now. So this interview that's coming out, whenever this is coming out now, was filmed ages ago, like probably 3 weeks ago, maybe by now, because we're onto it, and so giving me more time to edit, because otherwise I wasn't spending any time with my missus or anything like that. She's getting hairs, which I understand, you know. And so it takes 6 hours or so to edit a 1 hour episode. So it's a big commitment, and it's fuck. You're looking at your phone all the time.
Yeah.
We don't like it. So we're going to give this stuff away tonight. We've got chems. We all love chems. Thank you, chems.
Thank you, Nigel.
Yep. Great. Pre-seeder. If you do a skid in your daily or you're not daily, you bust that on the back guard. That shit's falling off. And
sticker stuff, normal sticker stuff.
Yeah, sliding designs. Thank you for that beer coochie cooler warmer. Rusty 8. We've got a sticker there. We've got some stickers. Thank you very much, including this chems one actually from Tony Wiley, the pest.
Thank you, the pest
himself.
Shelly Brew. Have your plate.
Shelly Brew. We got this colouring in picture here from Nut Out. And
Camel Towing, who are you?
Oh yeah, Camel Towing.
That's Mr. Wiley.
Is it?
It's the pest. Yeah, it's the pest.
That's the pest. Okay, and we got this Nut Out t-shirt. She's a big old one, so it's either going to be a nightie or for your massive boyfriend. And thanks so much for the church. Thank you so much to
KM Taxi.
KM Taxi. He's literally sent this backpack here, and this has got this stuff in it.
No, that's don't look. Yeah, that's I don't know why I did that.
Oh, you're a dick. Okay, we're not going to show that. So anyway, it's a fucking pretty cool prize pack. So to win this, is your car got a page, bro?
And hang on, Summit Racing for all your American women race needs. Go there.
No one's going there. No one's going there. I mean, it's cool on you.
The money taxes are killer.
You got the money.
Yeah, exactly. So is your car got a page?
Yeah, McOrsum Motorsport.
McOrsum Motorsport.
McOrsum _ Motorsport. That's where we're on.
Yeah, I'll make it down here or up there. And so I think what you need to do is you have to like McOrsum Motorsport, and then you've got to like us on the internet, on the YouTube. If you comment on it, you get another chance. And what I want you to do is on Facebook, because this is where we're telling you it's here. I want you to comment done. If you just comment done under this post on Facebook, that means you've done all that shit I want you to do, and you get another thing in there. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
Is it?
Yeah.
Either DONE or DUN.
Any combination.
Just comment, just your style comment of like, I've just done this.
I just did that. In fact, the most creative comment telling us that I've just done it is going to win extra shit. I'll chuck something else in, because we haven't got Hot Wheels in, so we'll chuck a Hot Wheels in to the person who gives us the best done comment. It's going to be a secret one.
Yeah, we won't know until we haven't got it up. Yeah. But yeah, all that stuff's important. It's important because we're
running out of stuff. We've got some cool stuff. And thank you, Crunk Motorsport, Tony Wiley, our latest supporters, are giving us some. Mitchell gave us a couple of backpacks, and Tony's given us a whole heap of stickers, and we're really grateful for that. So thank you.
We've got a couple of cool prize packs coming up. So that commenting stuff and people really engaging with wanting to be in that raffle like we do. It's and it's not hard. Like it ain't actually that hard. You spend a moment or so, but it's just the mindset. Like it's the YouTube thing. It's like it goes into another thing, and you just.
Well, if we start getting paid for this, we're going to give you fucking way more content, right? Like, because at the moment this is costing us, it's, and that's cool. So we're not bummed out. We're going to get there. Yeah. So we really appreciate you turning up, bro.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you so much, brother. It's been so good to talk to you.
Thank you, both.
Cheers.
And we're looking forward to seeing you out on the pad. I guess I'm going to skid my little creation against you at some stage.
Yeah, 100%. We won't be able to do any tandems unless we go to the rapping hats, but we can line up one behind each other at the Auto Fest and have a crack down Lottom Up Lane.
I've already called Tony out at Auto Fest. Oh no, rappers. No, I call that rapping hats.
Yeah, he doesn't leave the area code that he lives in.
Yeah. That's all that here.
Yeah.
Just holds him back. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching.
Take care, bro.
You got anything else to say, Ray?
No, I probably have, but no.
Fuck it. Yeah, we just forget anyway. So, see you guys. You've been fucking good cunts. We can fuck off now. Hooroo.
Bye-bye.